Welcome to the Heavy Spoilers Show. I'm your host Definition, aka the Def Knight, and this video we're breaking down some exclusive leaks on the Batman that confirm a lot about the movie. Every week, same bat time, same bat channel, we break down all of the updates on the film, and these leaks add a lot of exciting information to the production. Throughout this video we'll be covering confirmation of the Penguin's role, where the movie is pulling inspiration from, and how we can verify these leaks off what stars of the project have said. There will be heavy spoilers here, so if you don't want any of the reveals about the film ruined, then I highly recommend that you turn off now. Make sure you drop a like to help us spread the story, and if you enjoy this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to never miss an update. With that out of the way, thank you for clicking the video. Now let's get into our breakdown of the Batman leaks. Okay, so I just want to preface this with saying that I get sent leaks like this on an almost day-to-day basis. If you've been keeping up to date with the channel, then you'll know that this is the first time I've ran a story like this since covering the Batman. I triple check everything with numerous sources and other rumours to try and make sure that I'm not misleading anyone or deliberately trying to pull the wool over people's eyes in order to get clicks. I always cite where information comes from so that my viewers can see I haven't just made it up myself, and I try to be as transparent as possible. I actually got sent this message on Sunday, and the reason that I didn't instantly run it is because I've been vetting the account, making sure it all lines up with other leaks I have, and that the name they sent me is indeed part of the production. The message comes from Twitter account DarkSide_JLA, and I've been through their followers, tweets, and what they've posted, and so far I cannot find anything to indicate they're just randomly throwing stuff out there to try and build a rep for themselves. So if this turns out to be untrue, then on my head be it. Now, as for the message itself, I'm just going to be reading it out in its entirety and then breaking down the information in it bit by bit. The message itself says, "I like your videos, young man, and you put a lot of work into them. I'll throw you a bone. My friend," and then they posted the person's name, "works on these kind of movies, winky face, and you're pretty close on your story analysis for Batman Vengeance, the Batman, or whatever Reeves wishes to call it today. The story will hit on elements of Long Halloween as well as Dark Victory with a bit of Zero Year thrown in. You already know those. But the majority of the story will come from Batman Earth 1 by Jeff Johns, Mayor Cobblepot, etc, etc. Pattinson was actually given this book as a guide for the film. An amusement that he pointed out to me was the up-in-arms fans when Pattinson said he wasn't a hero. It was almost literally word for word from the synopsis for the book on its back cover. When Reeves threw out the Batman Vengeance name, it's from a direct panel in the comic itself where Batman first confronts Penguin in his office upon his demise. The Riddler, of course, is the main antagonist, with his box of tricks from, I think it was volume 2. Anyway, the person's name gave me all of the references that he knew of, as he's an old comic nerd too, so you can either run with this or wait for further info to leak. Okay, so there's a hell of a lot to unpack from that, and as I mentioned earlier, we're just going to be going through the statements, providing where they line up, and also discussing what it means for the film in general. I have asked the user further questions, and I definitely trust the information that they've given me. So the message starts off by saying that the film may be Batman Vengeance, but that Reeves may change his mind as he seems to be going back and forth on it, and no official statement from Warner Brothers has been said about this. Early last month, an image from behind the scenes showed Robert Pattinson's chair, and on it was splashed the word Vengeance. We did hear rumours that this was the working title of the movie, and it does look like it could indeed be the name that the film goes with. As the account says though, we don't know this for definite, and it seems like Reeves is changing his mind on it regularly. However, what is interesting is, like the post said, this is a big panel in the Earth 1 graphic novel. As soon as I got this DM, I went and got my copy of Earth 1 Volume 1 and flipped to the scene in which Batman enters Penguin's office, and there he was walking into the room and saying Vengeance. Gave me goosebumps, and either the guy is telling the truth or he saw the word vengeance on the chair, then remembered a specific panel in a Batman origin story and sent me this message just to get some attention. Now, one of the most interesting elements of Earth 1 is that the Penguin is the mayor in it. The crime lord is pretty much leading the crime wave in Gotham, whilst also ruling over it, and this makes a breeding ground for corruption. Light always rises to meet darkness, and because of this, the Batman is created. We know from the leaks on the project that the murder scene that we saw with the news vans covering it was for the assassination of the mayor, and that the character's funeral will provide a big moment in the movie. We also know that Jamie Lawson is playing a mayoral candidate named Bella Real, so it does seem very likely that Cobblepot will either take up the position of the mayor in the wake of the previous one's death, or be in the running for the role. In the source material, Batman unearths some evidence that shows Cobblepot may have caused the death of his parents, and whilst this is eventually shown to be untrue, we do learn that he has killers working for him. The subplot of Earth 1 also revolves around a mass murderer, which could be the position that the Riddler takes up. Another thing that adds weight to the authenticity of the message is the line about Batman not being a hero. If you cast your mind back to last year, when discussing the character, Robert Pattinson said the following: "Batman's not a hero, he's a complicated character." There was a lot of outcry on this, and Pattinson took a lot of shtick for it. He even had to apologise earlier this year because a hell of a lot of fans were stating that he just didn't understand Batman at all because of it. Right after I checked out the Vengeance panel, I then turned the book over, and on the back you can clearly read the words, "Batman is not a hero." So again, either this guy is telling the truth, or he remembered a tiny line in the synopsis on the back of a book that just so happened to line up with something that Robert Pattinson had said. No other fans noticed this connection, and he just happened to then message me in the hopes of getting mentioned in a YouTube video. Again, these are the reasons why I trust the message, and I think that it's legitimate. In the book, Alfred is also an army vet that begrudgingly becomes Bruce's mentor, and I can definitely see Andy Serkis filling this role if they decide to pull from that depiction in the movie. Now before we get into the rest of the video, I just want to let you know we're giving away a free copy of the Infinity Saga box set to one random subscriber. All you have to do to be in with a chance of winning is like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave your thoughts on the leaks in the comment section below. The winner's going to be chosen at random on the 15th of March, and the set will be shipped out from then to whoever gets the prize, so best of luck to everyone who takes part. Okay, so as for the comment on the Riddler, from the No More Lies picture that was leaked, it does seem like the villain will be operating completely different to how we've seen him before. Earth 1 Volume 1 ends up with the character being teased, and he stands there reviewing images of the Batman before making his debut in Volume 2. In Volume 2, Riddler is a terrorist, and he murders people in Gotham in the hopes of getting Batman's attention. Riddler plants bombs in the city, at buildings, on trains, and more. After going head to head with him and being severely injured, Batman is rescued by Selina Kyle, who by the end of the book becomes the Catwoman. We have seen in the behind the scenes shots that there is a point in the movie where Catwoman is, well, not Catwoman, and the fact that she didn't have a costume in the bike chase could show that this movie is going to be an origin story for her. The message does say that the work is also pulling from The Long Halloween and Dark Victory, and both of those center around Catwoman discovering her past, and a killer in Gotham that leaves clues behind for Batman. It is possible that the Riddler is doing this instead of the bombings, as that fits more in with the typical depiction of the character and the way that he operates. Batman stops the Riddler at the end of the book, and in Volume 1, Alfred shows up and kills Mayor Penguin. It is revealed that Penguin wasn't behind the death of the Waynes per se, but that he did send an assassin for them, and then they just so happened to stumble across the mugger. So yeah, if you want to know what's going to happen in the movie, I definitely recommend that you pick up Earth 1, Volume 1 and Volume 2. They're phenomenal stories, and after rereading both since getting this message, I definitely think they hold a lot of weight with what we know so far about the movie. All in all, I'm very hyped to see the film after reading this message, and again, I did vet the Twitter account, and after seeing how little random tidbits lined up with what the user said, it does seem legitimate. Zero Year is also a very Riddler-centric story in which the villain takes over Gotham, and the bike that we've seen used in images thus far lines up a lot with Batman's mode of transport in that. So to summarise everything, the film is going to be pulling from Earth 1, Long Halloween, Dark Victory and 0 Year to provide a story the likes of which we've never seen on screen. Robin appears in Dark Victory, and though I have been getting message leaks on the character possibly being hinted at in the film, this wasn't part of the message, hence why I've not really given it a big breakdown. Now if you're a YouTuber or news outlet and decide to run this story, I ask that you please source the channel and mention us, as it massively helps out. I always give shout outs to where I get my information from, so with us leading on this story, I'd appreciate the same back. I am staying in contact with the user, and they have said that they will give me any further updates that they hear about, so make sure you subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with the leaks as we get them. Obviously, I'd love to hear your thoughts on these and what you want to see in the film. Do you believe them? Do you not? Have you heard anything else? Yeah, just comment below and let me know. If you enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up, as it massively helps the channel out, and make sure you check out our full breakdown of the fan theories that we have on the film and how we think things will play out in the movie. That'll be linked at the end, so definitely give it a watch after this. If you want to support the channel from as little as 99 cents a month, then please click the join button below. You get access to content early and can also suggest video topics and breakdowns. We massively appreciate it, and it goes a long way to helping videos like this get made. If you want to come chat to us after the show, either follow us at DefinitionYT or click the Discord link in the description below. Those are the best ways to keep up to date with heavy spoilers, so hopefully we see you over there very soon. This is a channel for people who are super into superheroes, so if that's the kind of thing you like, hit subscribe. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. I've been Definition, you've been the best, and I'll see you next time. Take care, peace.